For more than 50 years, Lionel Richie has been far more than a chart-topping musician. He became a voice people turn to in moments of love, loss, celebration, and quiet reflection. His songs didn't just play in the background of life, they marked milestones, softened heartbreaks, and brought strangers together through shared emotion. Whether through tender ballads or joyful anthems, his music carried warmth, sincerity, and rare emotional honesty. To the world, Lionel appeared calm, gracious, and effortlessly successful, a man untouched by the turbulence often associated with fame. Yet behind that gentle smile existed a private journey shaped by pressure, self-doubt, and moments that nearly silenced him forever. Only later in life did he begin to speak openly about the hidden cost of staying strong for so long. This is not simply the story of a music legend, but of a man who learned that resilience is built quietly, often far from applause. Roots in Tuskegee and the language of music. Before global fame, Lionel Richie was a young man growing up in Tuskegee, Alabama, surrounded by music that felt like a second language. Gospel harmonies, jazz rhythms, and soul melodies filled his world, teaching him that music could express what words alone could not. At Tuskegee Institute, he found both his creative direction and a sense of belonging. It was there that he connected with fellow musicians who shared his passion, eventually forming the Commodores. Their sound blended energy with emotion, capturing both joy and vulnerability in equal measure. Lionel quickly stood out not just as a performer, but as a songwriter with an instinct for storytelling. Even early hits revealed his gift for turning simple phrases into deeply felt moments. Beneath the success, however, lived a quiet perfectionist, someone who questioned himself constantly and felt the weight of expectation long before the world noticed. The Commodores and creative tension. As the Commodores rose to prominence in the 1970s, success arrived swiftly and powerfully. The band delivered infectious funk hits that energized audiences worldwide, yet Lionel felt a growing pull towards slower, more introspective songs. That creative tension became both a strength and a challenge. While the group thrived collectively, Lionel's individual voice was evolving, shaped by emotion rather than rhythm alone. Leaving the Commodores was never an act of rejection, but a necessary step toward artistic truth. It meant walking away from stability into uncertainty, risking everything he had built. The decision required courage and faith in himself at a time when doubt still lingered. That leap marked the transition from respected band member to emerging solo artist, setting the stage for one of the most successful transformations in music history. It was the moment Lionel chose authenticity over comfort. A solo career that spoke to the world. Lionel Richie's solo success was nothing short of extraordinary. Songs like Truly, Endless Love, and All Night Long became woven into the fabric of everyday life. His voice crossed cultural and generational boundaries, delivering messages of love and hope that felt universal. Then came Hello, a song so intimate it seemed to pause time, capturing longing in its purest form. By the mid-1980s, Lionel was everywhere, earning awards, selling millions of records, and collaborating on projects like We Are the World, which reflected both his artistry and compassion. To the public, he embodied ease and grace. Yet behind the accolades, the demands were relentless. Fame did not slow down, and neither did his internal pressure to remain flawless. While the world celebrated his voice, few realized how much it was being pushed to its limits. The weight behind the smile. The same discipline that fueled Lionel's rise slowly began to wear him down. Constant touring, recording, and public expectations left little room for rest or reflection. Though fans saw warmth and humor, exhaustion and isolation quietly followed him. He later described the strange loneliness of singing to millions while feeling unseen as a person. The smile that became his trademark also became a shield, protecting him from scrutiny while hiding growing fatigue. Anxiety crept in, along with a sense that he was losing touch with himself. Success had come at the cost of balance, and Lionel felt the strain deeply, even if he rarely spoke of it. The pressure to always deliver perfection created an internal silence, a disconnect between the joy he expressed in music and the exhaustion he carried privately. It was a warning sign he would soon be unable to ignore. When silence became unavoidable, by the late 1980s, Lionel Richie's life reached a breaking point. Years of strain took a physical toll, and his vocal cords began to fail. Doctors warned him that continuing without rest could permanently damage his voice. For a man whose identity was tied so closely to singing, the possibility was terrifying. At the same time, personal challenges added emotional weight, making the silence even heavier. Forced to step away from music, Lionel faced something unfamiliar: stillness. The absence of applause and routine created space for reflection, but also uncertainty. It was the first time he had to sit with himself rather than perform for others. That silence, though painful, became transformative. It forced him to confront the cost of relentless ambition and recognize that survival sometimes requires stepping back, not pushing forward. A quiet decade of healing. Throughout the 1990s, Lionel retreated from the spotlight, choosing recovery over recognition. To the public, he seemed to disappear, but privately, he was rebuilding from the inside out. Healing was slow and deliberate, beginning with relearning how to use his voice carefully and patiently. More importantly, he began to reassess his values. Fame no longer felt essential, peace did. Family became central, grounding him in ways success never had. Time with his children offered clarity and reminded him of life beyond stages and studios. In this quieter chapter, Lionel discovered that imperfection did not diminish meaning, it deepened it. The lessons learned during that period reshaped his understanding of success, teaching him that sustainability mattered more than speed, and that self-worth could not depend on applause alone, returning with purpose and perspective. When Lionel Richie returned to music, it was with a different spirit. His work carried reflection rather than urgency, honesty instead of pressure. Albums released during this period may not have matched earlier commercial peaks, but they represented something far more enduring: personal truth. His performances became expressions of gratitude rather than obligation. Later, his role as a mentor on American Idol reflected this shift perfectly. Instead of chasing relevance, he offered guidance rooted in lived experience. He reminded young artists that talent opens doors, but character sustains careers. His calm presence and thoughtful advice resonated because they were earned through struggle. Lionel had learned that success without balance is fragile, and he made it his mission to help others avoid the same mistakes he once made. A legacy built on resilience. At 76, Lionel Richie's legacy extends far beyond music charts and awards. His life stands as a testament to endurance, humility, and growth. The joy in his performances today is deeper, shaped by hardship and healing. He no longer sings to prove anything, but to connect. His story reminds us that even the brightest careers carry unseen struggles, and that true strength lies in facing them honestly. Lionel's influence endures because his music reflects humanity itself, imperfect, hopeful, and resilient. Through silence and song, loss and rediscovery, he learned that authenticity matters more than perfection. His journey shows that while fame may fade, purpose, love, and integrity continue to resonate long after the final note is played.